So, yay, we're all going. People are commenting. We're good. Hi, Emmy. Okay, Alexander can see and hear me. Emmy can see and hear me. Karen says, hi, it's working. Awesome. Terry says, this is funny. I was just going to ask you about the new Huda palette. Yeah. So, today we are talking... Oh, wait. Starting over. There's so much chat at the beginning of this video. I just kind of need to do a clean start. So, hi, guys. It's me, ColorMeCassie, and today we're talking about... my top 5 fall makeup palettes. And this is the part where if I was editing this video, I would put a fun little dance in and play the music. Stand by, dun da 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 da. Do you guys like my song? My intro song? Cool. Okay, if you don't know me, I'm a dork, so that was obviously proven to you in those first 10 seconds right there. Talking is hard, you guys. But today we're going to be talking about my top 5 makeup palettes for fall, and I'm really excited to share these with you guys, and just kind of wanted to have a fun little live stream that you guys would really enjoy. So I don't have all the palettes. I wish I did. I'm an eyeshadow palette junkie. But I don't have an unlimited supply of money, so I kind of had to hunt around to find my favorite fall palettes. But I am happy that I got them all organized for you guys so we can talk about them a little bit. I'm out of breath, talking too much. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I don't miss any of the comments. Sorry, I'm talking and thinking at the same time. It's hard, guys. Life is difficult right now. But Terry said that she was just going to ask me about the new Huda palette. I don't have that one yet, so that will not be in this list. But I am very interested in getting it, so I'm thinking about it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, is it Layan? L-A-I-Y-A-N. Let me know how you say your name, if it's Layan or if it's something else, but I say hi. Celia says she can see me. I can see your comment. Thanks, Celia, you're so sweet. Okay, Ruby says my hair is amazing. I really like the silver. It's been really fun lately. I'm trying to get it a little bit more blonde just for my friend's wedding. Just trying to wash a little bit more of the silver out. I'm not going to bleach it or anything, but try to get it a little bit more natural for her wedding. And then we'll be back to the silver after that, so that'll be really fun. Oh! Is the chat not working? The chat might not be working. Let me just investigate such things real quick. Okay, 1 second. I'm getting that taken care of, and then we'll be right back because the chat is not working. Boom, shakalaka, and we're back. Okay, that should be working now, but it's so small. Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay, the chat is working. Now they are showing up. They should be showing up, so that's good. Is my audio out of sync, guys? Okay, so we're going to try... We're going to try just unplugging this. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay, the chat is working. Okay, guys, what do you think now of the audio? Is it more in sync now, or is it just kind of a streaming problem? Because right now, it should be going straight into the computer, and you guys should be able to hear me, but if you can't, let me know. Yeah. So. Layan. Awesome. Layan is awesome. Okay, so, is the audio good? Is the audio worse now? Let me know. Better, worse, better, worse. And once I get that response, we'll get right into that 5 makeup palettes for fall. Yeah. Okay. It's good now. It's good now. Sweet. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to go like this with the audio for now because I'm really not sure how it's working, if it's good, whatever. But we're going to go through my top 5 makeup palettes for fall, and the first one is going to be a little bit obvious to you guys, but my first one is going to be the Naked Heat palette by Urban Decay. I love this thing. I did a first impression of it and a full review of it a while ago, but I think that it is definitely a step up from the quality of the other Naked palettes. And I've really been enjoying it. I feel like some of the other Naked palettes can be a little bit crumbly and a little bit fallouty, not as finely milled, I guess, as some other brands that I really, really enjoy. But the Naked Heat palette kind of seems like it's a higher quality than the Naked 1, Naked 2, Naked 3 palettes, and I've really, really been enjoying it. Great colors for fall. They're all nice and red and pretty, like fall leaves on my eyeballs. So I've really been enjoying this. I would recommend it to anyone who constantly sees themselves wearing these colors. So it's a good thing. That's my #1 pick right there. What am I doing? I'm doing things, guys. Okay, so my second pick is also going to be one that's a little bit obvious, probably. I haven't done a makeup look with this in a while, but it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. And that's what it looks like in there. It's kind of more of a burgundy palette than the Naked Heat palette. It has more pink tones in it, which I really enjoy. So it's definitely something where if you have the Naked palette, I can't talk. It's definitely something where if you have the Naked palette and you want to get another one, this one isn't going to really conflict with that one. They're very different in like the types of colors that are in them, so you can definitely justify kind of having both. Awesome. So I really, really like the Modern Renaissance palette. Okay, so the next one is going to be one that maybe you guys wouldn't have thought was a fall palette, but that is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette. And this is a completely matte palette, which is kind of why I chose it for fall. I feel like fall makeup is a lot less shimmery, sparkly, bright. I feel like for fall, I typically sort of lean towards matte colors, and that's why I've really been loving this palette for fall. Yeah, so this one is a good one as well. I love the pigmentation on Kat Von D shadows. I think they're really, really, really good. Okay, so this is the one that everybody has been talking about this season. It's the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. And really, I wish it had not come with the white packaging because as you guys can see already, this is a mess. It is such a mess. It has just got makeup all over it. It's been in my bag and it's so, so dirty. So dirty. But if you look inside, you have all of these beautiful, beautiful shades. And if you watch my review of this palette, not all of the shades are magnificent, but there's enough magnificent shades in here that it kind of makes up for it. And this, I would say, is a palette where if you have this one, you don't need the Naked Heat palette. They have a lot of overlapping shades. If you have the Naked Heat palette, you might still want this one because it has a lot more variety than the Naked Heat palette. But I would say, generally, if you get this one, you probably don't need the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. And I noticed that somebody was asking in the comments how much the Naked Heat palette was, and I believe it's around $50. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the price of it, if that makes sense. Okay. And the last one I have is the Carly Bible palette from BH Cosmetics. And this is one that hasn't really been talked about in a little while. This is the original one that came out, not the ultra mega huge one that she had later. But these are all really, really pretty colors. It comes with some great highlights, and the shades that are in here really just scream fall to me. these dark burgundy shades right here and all the golds and rose golds in here just really speak to me in like a fall sort of sense. I am talking myself out of breath, you guys. Like literally I'm talking so much that I'm running out of breath and I can't breathe. So, sorry if I'm huffing and puffing, you guys. Okay, so those are my top 5 makeup palettes for fall. Why don't I go through and do a couple swatches for you guys of each one. I didn't really know how long I was going to talk through each of those palettes, but I think we have enough time to do swatches now if you guys want to see them. Yeah, Alexandra says the Modern Renaissance one is one she's saving points for at Ulta. It's one that's worth getting. I think it's stood the test of time. A lot of people still love it to this day. It was hyped a lot at the beginning, but it's kind of evened out by now, and people still love it. So, let's start with the Naked Heat palette and do a couple of swatches. I'm just going to pick a couple matte shades and a couple of these shimmers, so that matte shade, that one. Just kind of give you guys a little bit of a peek at the quality of those. You know, I should have gotten some wipes. Man, I really didn't think ahead, you guys. Are there wipes in this one? Yes. Okay. So you guys, you think I'm so smooth in my regular videos, and I'm really not. I just edited out the parts where I'm not smooth. So just before I wipe these off, those are the colors. Okay, I'm trying to read through some of the comments while I do this. So then I'm just going to swatch some of the shimmery shades for you. Lumbre, Dirty Talk, and Scorched. Oh, I didn't quite. There we go. So as you can see, they go on like pretty smooth and pigmented. So that, to me, is really different than the formulation of the other Naked palettes. That's why I think it's worth the money, because they're definitely more foily and pigmented than the other Naked palettes, in my opinion. Hi, Valerie. Welcome to the live stream. Hi, Jocelyn. Valerie called me Boo Face. Hi, Boo Face. I love you too. Okay. You guys know how weird I am, right? That makes sense. Ruby said, for travel, do I prefer the Morphe one or the Urban Decay? So, I'm one who travels with a huge amount of makeup. So I really wouldn't mind traveling with the Jaclyn Hill. If I just have to grab something and run out the door, then I much more often grab the Naked Heat palette and run out the door. But I really do like having the variety that comes in the Jaclyn Hill palette. So if I'm going on a trip where I'm going to be like flying out somewhere and then staying there for a few days, then I'd probably bring the Jaclyn Hill, just because this one can fit in my purse, but that one can fit in a bag. And I'd rather probably have the Jaclyn Hill on a trip, if that makes sense. Okay, so next one, let's do some swatches of the Modern Renaissance palette. Alexandra says, do I use a glitter base for any of those shadows in the Naked Heat? And I find that you definitely can if you want to get them to stick a little bit more, but I haven't really had a problem with using a regular eyeshadow primer to get those to stick. I do find with the Naked 3 palette, I have to use some sort of glitter base if I want those to stay on my eyelids, otherwise they just kind of fall everywhere. But I don't need to do that with the Naked Heat at all. Yeah, I'm totally going to get my sweater dirty. Alexander's like, be careful with the swatches in that white sweater. It's just going to have to be thrown in the wash with a stain remover. Let's be real, you guys. I have spilled all over my sweaters before. And I will do it again, because I'm klutz. Okay, so here we have the Modern Renaissance palette. I'll again swatch some of the mattes and then swatch some of the shimmers for you guys, just so that you can, I'm choking on my words, you guys, just so that you can kind of see what they're like. So burnt orange, red, ochre, and Bon Fresco, those are my mattes that I'm swatching. And that's what they look like right there. And these are really, really smooth. They're not as pigmented in some of the shades. Like this burnt orange is definitely a lot lighter. But they do build up really, really well. And they blend beautifully. Okay, wiping my fingers off on a makeup wipe. I am so cool, you guys. Okay, we're getting there. This is so much faster when I can edit out these parts. Okay. And the shimmery ones. We're going to do Primavera, Vermeer, and Antique Bronze, I think is a little bit shimmery. So yeah, you can see those lighter colors are really, really nice and reflective, and this darker color is really pretty and foiled as well. So definitely a beautiful palette. The Modern Renaissance, I was going to say Modern Renaissance Festival. The Modern Renaissance palette just brings a lot of different shades to the table, non-traditional fall shades to the table, which I really enjoy. It's more burgundies and golds and stuff, and I think it's a really beautiful palette. Yeah, guys, Valerie just said if you haven't given this live stream a thumbs up, do it. Go smash that thumbs up button because you feel bad for me because I'm so weird? Or you like me because I'm so weird? Either way, thumbs up this video because I'm so weird. Okay, moving on to the Jaclyn Hill palette. Okay, I'm going to drop it and it's going to shatter and it's going to be bad. So, we're not going to swatch all of these colors because that would take an eternity, but we'll swatch a few for you guys. So I'm going to do like this. Oh wait, we're going to do mattes first. So this matte color, that matte color, this matte color. So some of these feel a little bit chalky, but they're definitely still workable, still very blendable. You just kind of have to work them in a little bit, move them around a little bit. They're not the kind of shadows that sit in one spot and won't move, so that's definitely a better version of a chalky shadow than like other versions of chalky shadows. But my point being, not all of the matte shades in this palette are like 100% smooth, but they're still workable. Do you guys ever get the throat burps? I totally should not be talking about this on a live video because it will be on the internet forever. But I get this thing where like I just get a little burp stuck right here in my throat. And you can tell me if I'm like severely weird for that happening to me. But I'm just wondering, does that happen to anybody else, or is it just me? Am I just the crazy one? Could be. Okay, so shimmer shades. Probably this one would be good. That one. This one. That one. Okay. And here we go. Jump. Those are the reason you should get this palette. Boom. Boom. I like it. Seriously though, guys, the shimmers in this palette are fantastic for the price. Like, you think about how many shadows you're getting in this palette, how much it costs, and you get those type of shimmer shades. I think this palette is so worth it Even though, you know, you gotta have the assumption that Morphe is not going to be, you know, prestige brand makeup. It's not going to be the same as some higher end brands, but for the price, you cannot beat this palette. For the price and the amount of product you get in it, you cannot beat this palette. And I'm not just mindlessly raving about it. I like Jaclyn Hill, but I'm not like a super fan who will be really upset if anyone ever doesn't like anything that she does. But this palette is worth the money. Definitely worth the money. Okay, let's see. Did I miss any questions while I was doing that? You guys are so awesome. Valerie's like, 'cause you are awesome, heart. The Modern Renaissance Festival is very fun. The last weekend is next weekend, and I haven't gone yet this year. And I'm really sad because I don't think I'm going to be able to go next weekend. Alexandra also says that the Jaclyn Hill palette is becoming permanent. So for everyone who wants to get that, it is becoming permanent. I also do have an extra one behind me that I'm going to be giving away in my 10,000 subscriber giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so that you know when that happens. Throat burps are real. They are a real struggle, you guys. Celia says the Anastasia palette is one of her favorites. And Emmy says it's hard for her to burp, so that happens to her all the time. Yeah, throat burps are a real struggle, you guys. Okay, so this is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm going to do some swatches of these for you guys. There are no shimmer shades in this palette. It's all mattes. But I think I'll mostly just swatch this warm quad over here because that's really what I kind of lean towards. But I really like them. So here we go. That one's like the same as my skin tone, so you can't really see it a whole lot. So maybe I'll swatch one from over here. Yeah, that one's a little bit better. But these ones blend really, really well. I actually haven't tried any of Kat Von D's shimmer shades, so I don't know what that formulation's like. But I really, really like these for just kind of blending together and making a really, really nice matte look. And something else that's really great is they come in kind of little quads here, so you can use that quad to create a look. It's kind of that whole idea behind those drugstore eyeshadow quads that come with 4 eyeshadows, and one says lid, outer corner, under brow bone, you know, like those ones. But this, you can kind of say, oh, these colors are all going to look good together. These 4 colors, these 4 colors, these 4 colors. And I really enjoy that about this palette. So, a good addition if you don't have enough matte shades in your collection. Wipe off my fingers. Guys, the struggle is real. Where do I wipe? Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. The last palette is the Carly Bybel palette. And I'm going to go ahead and swatch some of the shimmers and some of the mattes for you guys. These are all highlight shades, so maybe I'll swatch those separately. More throat burps. More throat burps. But here's a couple matte shades. I didn't swatch those in the right spot. We're going to try again because if I was going to hold that up in front of you guys, you wouldn't be able to see it correctly. There we go, so that's better. And these are definitely not as pigmented as the other options, but they're pretty blendable, they're pretty usable, and this palette is like a max of $16. It's really, really cheap, and for the quality, you just can't beat it. You can't get something that costs this little, and they always have sales at BH Cosmetics, so I would definitely recommend if you're trying to build up your makeup palette colors to check out BH Cosmetics. I think they have some really decent quality stuff, kind of similar to Morphe quality for the money. Okay, and let's do some shimmers. Boom! Yeah, I would say these palettes are really, really similar to the Morphe shadows in pigmentation. Specifically, this one has really, really good foiled shimmery shades, so definitely recommend it. Okay, and let's just do the highlight shades just so you can see everything that you're getting in this palette. Yeah, so those are the highlight shades. Also very, very beautiful. Yeah, very pretty. Okay. I was going to check out the Shade and Light Glimmer palette, but I haven't had the chance to yet, so I'll definitely be getting to that in the future. Valerie says, would I ever get the Deluxe Carly Bybug palette? I would if I didn't have the original, but I don't know that I will because I have the original. Of course, if you guys specifically wanted me to get that one, then I could, just to let you guys know what I think of it. The highlights are amazing. The highlights are amazing. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Make sure you smash that like button if you enjoyed. Make sure you scroll down below and hit that subscribe button. And remember to share this video with your friends. I'm going to be having a Q&A after this over on my Facebook page. So I'll link that right now. Actually, I can't do it right now. I'll link that as soon as this video is done in the description box down below. So you guys can pop over to that live video and do some Q&A with me there. Just chat for a little bit. Have a good time. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!